6 is on a fast break, and we're slamming home the first edition of Top Plays. Let's see what you've sent in so far. Option A is from Irv Gotti in my team. Brandon Roy going to work, shakes loose, and double clutches the dunk. Full.
The starting lineup for the visiting Oklahoma City Thunder. At power forward, Kenrich Williams. At shooting guard, Lugans Dort. At center, Isaiah Hartenstein. At the other forward position, Jalen Williams. At the other guard position, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The head coach of the visiting team is Mark Dackalt. Guard, 6 feet, number 45, Davion Mitchell. At forward, 6'9", number 20, Kyle Anderson. Number 24, Haywood Smith. Number 55, Duncan Robinson. At center, 7 feet, number 7, Khalil. The head coach is Eric Spoelstra. Your Miami Heat.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Jalen Williams is out there with Williams, and it's Hartenstein in at the 5 spot. And for the Heat, they've got Kyle Anderson. Robinson is out there with Mitchell, and it's Ware in at the 5 down low. Coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. Games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
Here's Highsmith. Drills it from outside.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by Mitchell. And here are the Heat now. It's a 3-point game. Robinson, that's good.
It had to be lightning quick, and Robinson got it away.
It's been a slow start here for Oklahoma City. Stolen by Robinson over Williams. And another basket for Miami.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's Dort. The Heat getting the bucket. Got a piece of it. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. No good, unable to end this run. Miami's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Thunder have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Thank you, David.
For the baddest dance team in the NBA, your Miami Heat Dancers.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. They need this. And Ware pulls it down.
Yeah, they might want to think about a high percentage look the next time down.
So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about Heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Last season, the Thunder finished as the 1 seed for the first time since 2013.
Yeah, and that was when they were led by the young duo of Durant and Westbrook. But they've got a new group of young stars now who are looking to bring that first championship to OKC.
Who wants a t-shirt?
Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell.
Oklahoma City ball.
With this break in the action, here's a look at the teams that have blocked the most shots in the NBA this last month. In third, the Thunder. The Heat in fifth.
I mean, I love the interior defense both these teams have been playing. I mean, the shot blocking numbers are off the charts.
They get a hand on it. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. Hits the three-point bomb. Anderson's got 7 points. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Miami.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones. And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And so here is Oklahoma City after the Heat pick up 2. And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for the Heat. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Duncan Robinson. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein, trying to end the drought. Miami grabs the miss, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one. And probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
Yeah, it's a loss that'll stick with them for a while, that's for sure. But a game like that can be a motivator going forward.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Heat leading by 22. Drains it from beyond the arc. Wiggins has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Miami.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
So a moment now to see the story on Davion Mitchell. He's been dominant over the last month. First in steals, and don't forget top 5 in the league in points per game. He's a premier offensive threat, night in and night out.
And as you said, #1 in steals this season. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming after you.
The defense a step slow, you can see the results.
That's tipped. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Love's checked in for Anderson. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
And what a powerful player Wiggins can be. Dunks like this remind you of that elite level athleticism.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Outside Williams. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Got that one up quick. Wiggins has got 11.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
Here's Williams. It's hauled in by the Heat. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Jaquez. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
And another basket for Miami.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts up a deep three. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Miami. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Yeah, they really trust their depth. They have no problem relying on their bench in crucial situations.
Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectation.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Aaron Wiggins is out there with Williams. Then, and it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. In a moment here to highlight some of the best and brightest from beyond the stripe. You look at Mitchell. He's absolutely deadly from outside. And, of course, Duncan Robinson. A few spots down.
Either of these two guys force defenders to come out well past that three-point line. And that really opens the floor up for their entire offense.
A three-pointer is right on target.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Outside Williams. Poked loose. Gilgeous-Alexander against Jaquez. Wasted no time on that one. Jaquez has got 5.
Well, Jaquez doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but he can hit those when he's feeling it.
Wiggins with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander, and Wiggins throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Miami. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position.
And right now for Miami, they are, in my eyes, one of the big surprises of the young season. I mean, no doubt the talent was there, but I just didn't think it would come together this fast.
Well, our coaches have done a great job. They had this team ready to go at the start of the season, playing better than we thought they would.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And here now the Thunder. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And that one's good. Wiggins.
And much of the offensive production has come from their willingness to get out and run.
Caruso against Mitchell. Caruso, the pass to Williams. Here's Hartenstein. And just miss after miss right now.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
And the Heat making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Dort, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
slow and steady. Anderson just goes about his business.
And Greg, despite not winning Rookie of the Year, Holmgren had a historic start to his career.
And he would have won the award most seasons, but he obviously had some stiff competition. Regardless, he proved to be a versatile big man with star potential.
Oklahoma City comes into this one after the win against Orlando. Wiggins outside. Back to Caruso. Wiggins outside. Shot clock at 5. A 3 ball. And it's Miami with the rebound. Ware's got 4 rebounds in this game. A 3 from Anderson. Connects from 3-point range. Anderson's got 13.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Pass to Hartenstein. To halt the run. The rebound by Anderson.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Jaquez with the steal. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. That one goes in. 8 points for him.
Yeah, Anderson is a funky type of wing. He's a righty who would rather go left, and he's normally thinking pass first.
They double him with Mitchell. Down low. Jaquez with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Ware, and he makes that one. Ware's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And it's not the half-court D that's been the problem. It's scores like that which are killing them.
Stolen by Mitchell. Goes up, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Caruso against Mitchell. Stolen by Mitchell. All alone. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks. Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Tipped away. Stolen by Mitchell. Here's the 3. And the Heat, another 3.
Boy, they are feasting right now off of all of these turnovers.
And so Caruso will bring up the ball for Oklahoma City. Wiggins finds Dort to stop the drought. And it's Wiggins missing. Caruso against Jaquez. And it's Miami with another.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
Up top, Dort with 1 on the clock. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Miami with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And with as many three-pointers as they bring, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Andrew, the energy and effort were apparent throughout that first half. How were you able to do it?
We had a good practice, working hard, really putting things together. Keep doing that, we can come out with a W.
Hey, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He had 25 points, 6 steals, and 1 assist. So far, he's played a big role for his team here. Kenny, let's get your take on Miami.
They're getting into the lane whenever they want, getting some high percentage looks. I don't see the coaching staff switching up too much. Keep it simple. Force your opponent to adapt to it.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Their effort on the board has been horrendous. That's a good way to get blown out. Only way they can turn this thing around is to start winning the rebounding battle. Win the battle of possession. Otherwise, they're my favorite. Avocado toast.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. They've got Robinson, also Mitchell out there, and it's Anderson in at the 4. That's the group on the 4 for Miami. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Knocks it loose. And finished off by Anderson.
Just terrific to see Anderson going for it offensively, playing with a ton of confidence on that end.
Outside Williams. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson.
Oklahoma City ball.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No scoring in this one. And the turnover again by Oklahoma City. While we have a moment here, let's reveal the teams that have been holding opponents to the fewest points this month. Number 1, the Heat.
Well, you have to praise their defense over the last month. They've been working as a team to put almost constant pressure on opposing offenses. Just terrific stuff.
Good ball movement here by Miami. Count that one. Robinson's got 9 points.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Mitchell. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. There's the steal. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. Here's Ware. Passes it to Highsmith. Takes the 3. And the Heat, another 3.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Here's Ware, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Man, we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks?
Yeah,
payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
Now here's Williams. D right on him. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
Well, his lack of offensive contribution has definitely been felt tonight. They could have used way more from him.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And there it is again. They get careless with the basketball, and immediately it costs them.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Mitchell. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game. To the paint. Here's Williams. Miami grabs the miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Robinson, that's good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Tipped away and stolen by Love. He gets it in there. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they're also finding a good deal of their points off turnovers tonight. Seems like every time they come up with an extra possession, they find a way to convert. They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Williams double team. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Thunder. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season.
And, you know, for the Thunder, they've been strong at times this season, but they still have some holes. I think they're a playoff caliber team. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team.
Yeah, and that's not a knock on them. This is where most people expected them to be. They just don't have the talent to be up there with the contenders.
Stolen by Mitchell. Here's Heisman. He's guarded by Williams, and he slams it one-handed.
Yeah, that was nice recognition by Robinson.
Duncan Robinson.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Nothing yet for them in the third quarter, and it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
And the Thunder making a change here. Wiggins is checked in. There's 38 seconds left in the third. On the wing, Williams. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. A three-pointer, Wiggins, and the three ball is good. Wiggins has got 28 points for the game.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Second chance shot, and it's Wiggins missing. 1 second left. That shot, no good. And so it's the Miami Heat enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So the Thunder 5 right now. Williams is out there with Chang. Then there's Isaiah Joe. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Mitchell in at the point guard. Pass to Wiggins. To the inside. Here's Chang. Second chance effort. Missed inside. And here's Miami. Robinson for three. And the Heat got another three.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And it's Robinson with the jam.
Well, credit Robinson for evolving his game. He's gotten much better attacking off the dribble.
They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin. On this trip, they can't continue to come up empty.
And it's Mitchell missing. Miami's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Wallace with it. Now defended by Wiggins. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room.
And the prototypical modern big. Love can do damage inside and out.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Rozier with the steal. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
The big dunk at the end of the break.
In the flick of a switch going from defense to offense.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
The pass to Larson. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Mitchell is double. Knocked loose. Here's Joe. And the rejection by Love. And again, Miami running the court in transition.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Here's Chang. Misses and the dry spell continues.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Heat. Dort, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Alex Caruso comes in for Mitchell. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Here's Larson. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
And once Rozier spots that hole in the defense, he just doesn't hesitate. Just sends the ball to an open shooter.
On the wing, Wiggins. Miami's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double-team him, send a second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
That's right. And Miami making a change here. Highsmith is checked in. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Hartenstein's checked in for Wiggins.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
Goes back up. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
So, Stan, I've been wondering about these different approaches. The development system for youth basketball is vastly different in the U.S. than in Europe. Which do you think is best?
Well, I think in terms of developing skills, Kevin, we've seen it. The European players of all sizes have very well-rounded games skill-wise. They do a lot of work on a daily basis developing those skills, whereas in the U.S., our young guys play a lot of games in the AAU system. Skill development not as strong, but they do learn to compete on an everyday basis.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Heat.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Davion Mitchell.
Well, what an unselfish display from him tonight. Sharing the ball, creating for others, just beautiful basketball.
Pass to Larson. Here is Anderson. This one for 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Now, here is Robinson. Covered by Joe. The shot. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Duncan. Great shooting night tonight. What is the mindset when you're on like that?
I just try to be aggressive, do my job. My teammates encourage me to shoot. Coaching staff encourages me to shoot, so I just try to go out there and just be aggressive.
Well, the basket looked big tonight, I'm sure, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.